What topics are you keeping an eye on that will have a positive or negative impact on the future of agriculture?
Yeah, so obviously today, fertilizer prices continue to be of major concern and also fuel prices. So, that's something that we're, obviously affects our bottom line. So we're trying to keep a tab on that, doing what we can. I think for me personally, it's a situation where we're going to kind of pivot a little bit instead of maybe a corn crop this year. We're going to plant some forages and so forth, and try to utilize that resource of land that we can potentially graze more animals on, and or hold our carrying capacity at a level that makes sense. Because again, if the economics aren't there today in corn, how can we better utilize that resource of land? And for me, it's pretty a no-brainer to pivot and to potentially look at feeder calves, or housing that cow calf mama pair out there extensively instead of planting a corn crop. So
Kelly, what are you keeping an eye on?
Well, several things. And so I'll walk through a few of those. Near term is Adam mentioned the need for rain. And several areas across the state of Nebraska, especially part of our sand hills and very close to Adam's operation, was devastated by wildfires. And so we need that rain to provide cover back on that sand and soil to start regenerating some of that grass for our cow-calf and backgrounding operations. So part of it's the need for rainfall and a little Mother Nature luck to be able to help build us out of where we're at in regards to some of the devastation from the wildfires. From a domestic and international perspective, I'll tie these two together, but domestic policy that has a profound effect on international policy. So domestic policy and uncertainty around tariffs and trade, we have been strong witnesses to that. Our industry is, because not only do we rely on the export and value added that the export industries bring to us, we're a population of 1.8 and 1.9 million people in the state of Nebraska. We significantly produce more than what we can consume. As we think about our beef and red meat industries, as we think about our raw corn industries, we need those export markets. And there's been a lot of uncertainty wrapped around that because of some policies. And so we need to continue to work through that, developing those relationships with our end users, both domestically and internationally. But not only are we an exporter, but we're an importer of inputs. Adam has mentioned routinely the need for the lower cost fertilizers. And so the conflicts in Iran now, as we continue to watch the conflicts between Ukraine and Russia, are both short-term and long-term issues that we need to continue to keep a keen eye on. If Russia and Ukraine, that conflict ends, what's the capacity for Ukraine to continue to increase their production to where they were previously, which only puts greater supply on the worldwide markets, which obviously depress prices. So again, the need for continued market development and demand growth.